The life that you live, the life that we live, it's been recorded, and there is a book that will be open. We can lie to everybody. We can scam everybody. We can hate and tear down and throw subliminal messages and do all kind of stuff and tear ourselves apart to please or displease everybody else. But the life that we now live is being judged for a life that we shall forever live. When eternity ends and start all over again, we even then will have to continue to live it. We must get this thing right, saints. Let a man examine himself this afternoon. I have come with this simple message, but very, very profound. So many different things are happening, and the Lord knew. And if certain people continue to live and continue to be here in the earth, maybe they wouldn't make it home. Maybe sin would take over. And so the Lord began to shorten the lives of the elect, because he knew that there would have been and there is a challenge on the forefront of the kingdom where people, the people of God, has been challenged with this untoward generation. And the message was, don't fear or be afraid of those who are going home. They are in a better place, because what's upon the land is so evil. What's upon the land is so insurmountable. It's wicked. It's never seen. We're living in a time now where there's so much going on, and the Lord saw it fit to begin to call his people home. Call his people home from this untoward generation. I want you to know that we're not here forever, and however God is taking his people home, he's taking us home. It is that time for us to understand. You know, I listen to people and then I watch and I see all kind of stuff going on in the forefront of the kingdom, and we are fussing with everybody and trying to make ourselves relevant in everybody else's eye. But hey, saints, we're going home, and the Lord is taking home his people. Miles Monroe, 2014, this day was taken home. Different pastors got taken home through the pandemic. We're going home, and however the Lord is taking his people home, the truth is we're going home. The real issue, how are we going home? Because it's how we live our life here determines whether we get carried or buried. And it's important, as I'm closing because it's cold and I'm outside, that there is a calling of the saints. The saints, those that belong to the kingdom. As you're listening to me today, is your call on election sure? There is a call come ringing. Oh, there is a time we're going home, saints. All of this not gonna make no sense after a while. I don't care how well you're dressed. I just put some video on. I said I'm wearing ripped jeans for the first time, and I'm backsliding, you know, because you know the church don't do that. But who cares what the church and the religion has to do? How is your relationship with God? Is your call on election sure? Is your call made? Is it elected? Are you in a place that you and God is all right? I don't care what nobody else say about you. I don't care what nobody else think about you. You know, we spend time to come online to talk about, even when something good in our life happens, we're worried about people's projection and perception of us, and celebrate what's going on in your life. Forget about who don't like you and who's trying to take you out, and forget all of that. It doesn't make no sense. Nobody can stop your life. Nobody can stop you from being who you are called to be in the kingdom. So guess what? Live your life, but guess what? Live it unto the Lord. I'm realizing that I have spent so much time, even on social media, just focused on everybody else's thoughts and perception of me. And it doesn't matter, because it is what is done for Christ will last. It is how you live your life. You can lie to everybody and everybody think you're saved, but when you close the door of this life, it is who you are on the inside and how you've lived your life that is going to make the difference. People don't like you, who cares? Mama don't like you, who cares? You were raped and molested, who cares? At the end of the day, it is not what is done to you, but it's what you do through the life that you're living here. And so when I thought about Miles Monroe and I thought about him dying, I said, what was his last words? And the thing began to rivet in my spirit. Lord God Almighty. I said, what was he saying to his wife when he was leaving, or the plane was going down. And then I was talking to the woman of God today in Cayman, and we were talking about this whole plane thing. And when a plane crashes, listen to me, States. When a plane crashes, they're not even looking for bodies. They're not even looking for survivors, especially they know the kind of crash. You know what they're looking for? They're looking for the black box. What is the black box? The black box, it has the record from the time the aviation team got on board until the time the plane landed. Lord, I wish I had somebody in this room to help me today. They're looking for the black box. What is the black box? It's recorded everything. The lifespan of the plane. Everything the plane does or does not do. If it dip, if it go down, if it went through turbulence, it records every word that's been said in the cockpit, everything that is going on in the engine, everything. Y'all need to hear me today. Listen, it doesn't matter when you leave this world. What God is going to look at is the black box. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Many of us are checked on board, but there is a record on board. And so being on board is one thing, but is thine heart right with the Lord? What's been recorded in your life? What's been recorded in your black box? When you are finished this life and the flight of this journey, is over, what is recorded? What is it that God is going to really look at? What is it that God knows? So what is it that's on the inside of your heart? You see, because you can tell everybody you're on a flight, you can tell everybody you're checked in, but it's the record after the flight has landed and you've finished everything that you've done in this world. The record of the black box is what is going to determine if you make it in or not. Forget about everybody else. What is the heart recording? What is your spirit recording? What is on the inside of you today? What is it that we do not know? On the inside of your heart and your mind and your spirit, there is a record. There is a roll call. And one of these days when we're finished, it's not how well you dress, prophet. It's not how cute you look, man of God. It's not how big your church is or how nice your car is or what kind of money or you don't have or who don't like you or not. The black box is going to speak. Many of us are checked in but not on board. We've been on a flight, but the truth of how we've been flying, when this thing lands, when this thing called life is over and the aviation team packs it up and the investigatory gates of heaven open and the book, the Lamb's book of life is open, the black box, how we have lived our life in the earth, is going to be measured. What's in your black box this afternoon? Are you really rapture ready? Are you living this life to please everybody? Because there's an unseen recorder. There is an unseen guess. There is an unseen eye. See, we thought that COVID would have gotten some of us together, but it didn't. We thought that death would have gotten some of our attentions, but it didn't. We thought by losing some things, it would have gotten our attention. We thought by God blessing with us with some things, we would have gotten it. I mean, so many different things that's happened in this life, and I am just a little challenged, because you think it would have made us better or caused us to be in that place where we see things differently and each other. You think that a promotion or a blessing or something good in your life would have made you less bitter, but I find that we're more bitter, we're more cantankerous, we're more full of pride and proud and pompous, and we fight each other. We come online and can you're online and we're not even in the same room, but you still find way online to fuss and tear down. It makes no sense. What is in the black box of the heart? And the the Lord began to deal with me. I said to Pastor Fitz while we were there working on some things in the house, I said to him, I'm still going to come on and just talk to the saints for a minute. I know you should be on, but you'll be on at 12. And I said, God, what do you want me to talk to them about? Today, Dr. Miles Monroe, they're celebrating his life from 2014, and he died in a plane crash. He and his wife and most of his staff from his church, they went home to be with the Lord. And the prophet that had the vision, and I put it on my page, was talking about the condition of the church. But one of the things that he was saying, that the Lord began to take the saints home because the church was not in order, and he has shortened the days. And I said to Pastor Fitz and Dr. Williams the other day, everything comes to an end. Saints, hear me today. Everything comes to an end. The response is how? Your marriage will come to an end. How? Your life will come to an end. How? This day will come to an end. But how? Is this my last live and message to you? You know, you could be online fussing and do whatever you want to do, but the time that you're spending right now, could you just only have a few more hours in this life? Right now, as you're listening to me online, using your fingertips and typing, or your fingers to text, is this your last moment? What are you using it to do? Everything in this life comes to an end. Everything. Everything. When I got married in 2010, I didn't know that I would get divorced in 2017. When I started out in Jamaica in 1983 in a garbage can, I did not know I would be here at 2022 in New York. Everything comes to an end. And life has to mean more to us than everybody else's opinion and what's around us. Everything comes to an end. And the Bible said it is appointed unto man once to die, but after death comes the judgment. How you live your life here, how you live your life now, what you do in this time, your attitude now determines your altitude tomorrow. The Bible said, and the rich young ruler had fine garments and purple and servants and maid, and he ate well. And at that same time, there was a man by the name of Dives, Lazarus, who was at the rich young ruler's gate, who begged and desired to have crumbs off his table. But the Bible said a time came that the young ruler died and Lazarus died. One was carried and one was buried. Listen to me. You have only yet an appointed time. To everything there is a season. What's in your black box? How are you living your life today? What is going to be the end? What will they put on your coffin or read in your obituary? Will it match up with God's black book?